just gotta listen.
Real talk that we talk about.
You just gotta listen.
What's up to all you truth seekers out there? Welcome back to your favorite podcast, Truth Talks. I am your host, Crazy Bone.
What's happening? I'm the co-host, Keith G.
And yes, I know it's been a long time.
Yeah.
I know it's been a long time since we hit y'all with another episode. But the wait is over, and we officially back.
Oh, yeah.
We are officially back. And we as always, we definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us. Like you have been.
For sure.
Y'all have been inquiring about when we're going to drop more episodes. And here we are.
Here we go.
So let's get it started, man. Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, man.
So, since a lot has taken place since our, in the world.
Yeah.
Since our last episode, and a lot has changed.
Know that, Jack.
In just that short period of time. And I'm sure that we would all agree that we are currently living in very turbulent times.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Worldwide, not just in America.
Yep.
Everywhere, and it seems like we're constantly being overwhelmed with catastrophic events, one after the other.
Yeah.
That end up changing the world as we know it or knew it. Just the scene of the world is definitely changing, and it's changing at a very rapid pace.
Real talk, bro.
And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about on this episode right here, the scene of the world and how rapidly it's changing. It's changing fast.
It is, man.
Right before our eyes.
Even before we start, even just piggyback on what you're talking about, just as we now able to consume like global information, you could wake up and turn the news on, whatever news source that you get it from, as deep as you go, you're going to get what you get. But they all saying pretty much the same kind of things on the daily. They going to tell you about inflation, scare you with the gas prices, murder, this and that, what I'm saying, all over the place. So it's not like we just seeing what's going on in the United States that's crazy. We able to see what's going on worldwide now.
Yeah, everything. So I've seen a lot of changes take place in this world in my lifetime, and I'm sure that we've all seen, changes take place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We've seen science and technology advance tremendously.
Oh, man.
In the last, 10 to 20 years?
Yep.
Medical science, that's continued to make progress. And because of all the progress that's made, they've been able to make the average lifespan in some lands. They've been able to increase it. You know what I'm saying? And, because, I read that at the beginning of the 20th century, people's average life expectancy was just 50 years. Today, that number is well over 70 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just the name, just on that level. But also think about how we've benefited from, like radio, TV, computers, cell phones, and all the upgrades we've seen in transportation, because traveling has evolved.
Man, you think you got a time machine if you from right now versus being in 1920?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Even human rights have advanced, and it's benefited and it's benefited and made the lives of millions of people around the world. It's made their lives better. But
come on down the hill with it.
You know what they say. Along with the good comes the bad.
Yep, pros and cons with it.
And all the changes have definitely not been for the better.
Nah, Joe.
With all of the advances in science and technology that we just mentioned, we still have a crime rate that continues to soar every single day.
Man. Daily.
when you look at the moral values today are virtually non-existent.
Yep.
You know, we got drug abuse, we got the divorce rate, inflation you was just talking about, and the threat of terrorism,
human trafficking.
Just to name a few, is at an all-time high. And all these things that we just said has went from bad to worse.
Now you would think that with all of that stuff and technology that advance things, you would think that things would be better.
Exactly. That's the point we getting at. You know what I'm saying? Like, because just like you said, man claims to be so smart and they think they can figure everything out. You know what I'm saying? But with all this technology that they've come up with, that they've figured out how to do this, they figured out how to build this, they figured out how to even put 70 plus years on your life.
You know? But
they still ain't figured out, you know what I'm saying, how to love each other.
Man, talk to him, bro. That's the
on a common ground.
Not even stop long, but on that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the one they ain't, because they can't invent that. Nor are they even searching for that, because love requires you to think about somebody else instead of yourself, and that ain't a part of this. That ain't been a part of the American dream I seen.
No, definitely. Now, we really shouldn't be surprised that the world is changing, because the Bible told us this.
Yeah,
it actually told us this already in 1 Corinthians 7:31. In the latter part of that verse, it says that the scene of the world is changing. You know what I'm saying? And the Apostle Paul was the inspired writer of that statement. And when he made that statement, he was basically comparing the world to a stage. The world scene. You know what I'm saying? Like comparing it to a stage. Now, the performers on this stage are the political, religious, and the cultural icons. And for those of you who don't know what the cultural icons is, that's just celebrities that you love so dearly, and they have persuasion and swaying you one way or the other.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if it started off that's why they're there. But whatever it is, it ended up, that's the sole purpose, that your celebrity is right there to influence you by the people that's paying them.
Yeah. But the real definition for a cultural icon is a person or an artifact that is identified by members of a culture as representative of that culture. So like I said, it could be a celebrity, it could be a political activist. It could be any of these things. Now, all of these performers, they're gonna make an appearance on stage. They play whatever role it is that they're supposed to play at that time, and then they all eventually leave the stage to others, to the next generation that's following up behind them. And this is how it's been for centuries. You know what I'm saying? Now, back in the day, we might have had a dynasty or a government rule for decades,
right,
or even sometimes centuries.
Yeah.
But now, you know what I'm saying? Like now, like it moves fast. Back then, they used to, they used to rule that long, and it seemed like everything just moves slow. But now, the power switches hands like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially in this country.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the power always shifts. You know what I'm saying? So in the blink of an eye, everything could be different tomorrow.
Yeah.
Just like we're seeing right now. If this president is elected, this female president, Kamala Harris, if she's elected, in what? 3 elections, we've done had 3 different presidents.
Yeah, that quick. Yeah.
That quick. Bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? So in these days and times, we don't know what tomorrow will bring.
And that's right, bro, because when they do come in, as you can see, they're coming in with not the ideology for this best for the people, you know what I'm saying, really following God as they try to masquerade as they do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen it in it. You know, if you say you are, I haven't seen the fruits of it. But what I'm saying is that they're coming in with their agendas and their ideas that are approved by the people that's going to place them in these offices already.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they coming in here and really could save nothing, because I don't know why they would keep hyping president up like that, like as if he can go change something tomorrow. He got to go. He actually can't go to the bathroom by himself, you know, without permission. And that's real talk, because the Secret Service got to know about his every move. You know what I mean? So this is not a monarchy. If this was that kind of thing, then I could see you selling to people like, this is what somebody can control this. But the people that already have their mind state of what to do for this country, they're going to put that person in power that gives them least resistance of pulling that off.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, exactly, bro. So if the world is the stage, and the leaders, these world leaders are the performers, then that makes God's people, we're the spectators. We're the ones watching the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, we watching the show, you know, and it's and people may ask, well, why do you say that? Because, you know, in the Bible, the Apostle Paul spoke of Christians as being theatrical spectacles to the world, to angels, and to men in 1 Corinthians 4:9. You know what I'm saying? And this is what it says in that scripture. It says, "For it seems to me that God has put us, the apostles, last on exhibition as men condemned to death, because we have become a theatrical spectacle to the world, and to angels, and to men." It's funny when you think about it, bro. Like when you look at the world like this, like we sitting back watching the big show go on.
Right.
We sitting back watching all these performers. They come and they go. We sitting here just watching the show. And
I agree with that. I agree with that, because as believers, we look at this world differently. I know I do. You know, if by chance, and I ain't even being funny with it, I'm keeping 1,000. If they put a gorilla and said he's going to go for office tomorrow, I wouldn't have no more confidence in the country if he's in there versus a real human being in there, because because of what reading the Bible and the Word of God, and because of accepting Christ, I have a different outlook, like my man talking about, on this world. I'm not. Am I human still? Of course. So I'm looking at this thing. I still got a human side, but my worries and all that kind of stuff, it ain't like it would be if I didn't have no belief in God. You know what I'm saying? Through Christ Jesus, I'd be panicking right now.
And that's exactly what I was about to get into next, because since we can see, since we can separate ourselves and look from the outside, looking in. You know what I'm saying? We're not overly indulged with the performances, or even really care the identity of who they are. God's people really don't. You know what I'm saying? And when God's people watch these performances, what they're doing is they're basically looking to see when this whole charade is going to be over, when it's going to come to that final climax. That's what we watching, because this performance, the world is putting this performance, these leaders and all these people is putting on, is going to come to an end.
Oh yeah,
it's going to come to a catastrophic end.
Since we keep it in the derivation of the play scheme, the play's going to be shut down. You know what I'm saying? It's going to say closed on the front of the theater.
Exactly.
You know? Real talk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the whole purpose that we did. That's one of the reasons that we doing this show, because we trying to let you know what the Lord let us know through His Spirit. We ain't trying to keep it like hey, you know what? Hey, get it on your own. Okay, if he blessed me to read or bless him to read, so now we cutting the course, and you've been finna be able to know what we know, if you want to know what we know, because what we know will help you in this world to navigate and to know that you got a home when you leave here, not to just be worried about this place and not let nobody scare you or tell you who your God is and ain't.
Yeah, I mean, and it ain't like you. Like listening to us, because we getting it, like
exactly.
We telling y'all where we getting it from. You know what I'm saying? And the evidence is there that actually tells us that we're living in the last days.
Yep. Read it for yourself. Like I say the same thing. Read it for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? And the proof that we have is we have Bible chronology.
Mm-hmm.
We have been able to see things take place in this world.
Oh yeah.
We're witnessing firsthand this world deteriorate. Everything from morals to love to respect, everything is deteriorating. And it don't look like it's gonna be nobody that gets elected that's gonna turn it around.
For real, man. I don't even know how they offer that, Cray. How they offering peace and all that kind of things, like what you just talking about.
Yeah,
they should know, like, even if I'm running for president, I ain't gonna offer none of y'all that, because I know I can't give it to you. So if somebody offering you that, man, you got to check that package right there. Period. Even the people, leaders, because we pray for y'all too. I don't want to just see y'all on the downfall. I hope that y'all start praying. I hope y'all start seeking God and seeking his face and his ways, not your ways. One thing I'll say about this, when we went back to when Solomon was doing his thing, King Solomon, he was reigning. There was established courts and there was established rules that was going on. God he wanted those things to be on earth, but he didn't want man to start doing it where they was getting paid to be frauding. You know what I'm saying? So if you got judges and officials and stuff like that, they're not supposed to turn a blind eye or be bought. They supposed to say, no, we answer to God first. So then we could have had a system on earth. So when you go to jail or do a crime or whatever it is, you know that you're going to get a fair shake. Instead of somebody being able to be paid. So if I'm rich, I can get off because I'm not poor.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not law. That's just means of support.
Exactly. Yeah, no, and that's how it is. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? And I know a little earlier we spoke about the good and the bad changes we've all seen in our lifetime. And although there has been, some good changes, but those bad ones somehow always seem to overshadow the good ones.
Yeah, bro.
Because all of their technology, like we talked about earlier, hasn't figured out how to stop wars. It ain't figured out how to stop crime or hunger.
Right.
Nor has it stopped anybody from being homeless or hungry.
Unity.
You know what I'm saying? Nor has it provided justice for all.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Medical science, they may have figured out how to give you a few more extra years, tack on a few more extra years on your life, but medical science can't give you everlasting.
Sure can't.
Like God has promised to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and the devil's world is, it's going to continue to change. It's going to continue to go from bad to worse. What you're seeing now is going to be worse than this.
Yeah, it is.
When your kids grow up.
Man.
Like, for real. This is why I hear a lot of people these days saying, I'm not having no kids in this world. Like, for real. Like, people don't even want to have kids in this world because it has changed so much.
It really has. It's, you know what? It's been wicked, and it's wickeder now, because we got a lot of, like you said, we have a lot of more things to play with to be more wicked with. If that's a word. You know what I'm saying? But going back to even reading in the Bible, man, looking at Genesis, it almost will break your heart because you don't get through too many pages before you see a murder. You would think to yourself, like, at least let me get down to the middle of the Bible before we start acting up. You know what I'm saying? But human beings seem like been always off the hook from almost day one. That's why I look at in the mercies of God so much and be like, man, I don't even know how you deal with us, but I thank you. I ain't even gonna ask that too long for him to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But why in that mercy and grace he give to us, man, we should be in awe of that and want to kind of turn around the things that we know that we did instead of just like keep going in the direction of, destruction.
Yeah.
And that's what we hear from some of these shows. Hopefully some of this gets across like that.
The sooner you know why the world is changing, the better off you'll be and the better prepared you'll be. Because, it is not hard to believe or hard to understand. It's just a lot of people with denial. But it's not hard to understand once it's really broken down to you the right way and you understand that Satan is the villain behind everything that's going on, behind these world conditions that we living in right now. He's the culprit. This is his world. This is his system that we're living in. Everybody that's labeling it, that's walking around labeling themselves to be woke, they're really not woke if they don't understand that. They're really not woke if they don't understand that the devil is right here with us. There ain't no figment of your imagination.
Nah.
You know
Listen,
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you think God got time to play games? You think he telling us to watch out for somebody that ain't really there?
Exactly.
He don't play games like that. Like for real, you know what I'm saying? And the devil is really upset right now. He's mad because he understands that his time is short. It's short and it's fast approaching, and that's why you see him stepping up everything.
Turning the heat up.
Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
y'all ain't seen nothing yet. When I was looking at some of the things that was just happening, and I ain't gonna go into detail. When I was looking at some of the things that was just happening at this last Olympics.
Oh man.
The little
intro joint.
Introduction ceremony.
Man.
That just goes to show you things that had nothing to do with anything.
Just subliminal shoots in. That's spiritual shots.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's
the change, Craig. Real quick, if you don't mind, I want to even go to that change that you was talking about. We old enough to be able to see the periodics of television, the progression of that. You know what I'm talking about? We talking about this, what they just showed, that filth they just showed on the Olympics intro right there. But to look at the sexual things that they always showing on TV. Me and you, we used to watch that thing, I know you was in different households and all that kind of thing, but when you're watching TV in the 80s and stuff like that, look, they had a time where even married people, they didn't even show them in the same bed. They show their bedroom and they got two different beds, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's gotten so wicked and escalated now that they done threw that out the window. Now you got two men sitting up in a bed or two women sitting up in a bed on a regular show. Am I bashing the people? Nah. What I'm saying is that these people know what they're doing by slowly letting the fabric of society slip out. Because they didn't bring it all at once because it's people from a different generation that would have voted it out. But they clever. Satan's behind all of these things. He wants you to think that if I put it on television and I put them in a place where they're looking cool, that means it's okay. No matter what messed up position you put a person in, as long as they making money, somebody can identify with them and say, I want to be that.
And going back to the devil, you know what I'm saying, how he works, you saying you got to think about it like the Bible told us that his mission, that his whole entire mission is to mislead the entire inhabited earth. He not just coming after like these people over there or that nation over there. You know what I'm saying? Although his focus is mostly is God's people, but he's shooting to take every single one of us out.
Everything. Kill,
destroy. He's trying to hit everything moving. You know what I'm saying?
But in this code, because it's all seductive. It's almost in a way, where he, like you said it before, where he's trying to pull off that he doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people even people that work for him, I don't even know if he told them the full story of what they finna get, whatever promises that they think they getting from, them witches and warlocks and all them folks that rock with him, like rock with him. Then he got some people who don't even have that kind of, you would never know who that they are. It could probably be as sweet as they could be to you. But they got that poison with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's really best You know, like for us to take the time out sometime and realize that everything that we do, the way this system is set up, this world is set up, you know, everything that we do in our day-to-day lives could be a distraction, blocking us from getting closer to God. You know, like the distraction can be coming from your job, the music you listen to, you know, the kind of entertainment you take in.
It's right here.
You know what I'm saying? The kind of entertainment you take in, because this world tries to sell you its features through these distractions.
Yeah.
Oh, you need this. You know, it wants you to keep chasing after the next best thing or the newest thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the latest that. You know, next thing you know, you working 2-3 jobs, probably doing something illegal, trying to keep up with that car note, or trying to keep up with that big house note. You know what I'm saying? You know, it could get to the point to where we're putting too much time into trying to maintain trying to get these things, but not only trying to get them, but once you get them, you got to maintain it.
Yeah.
And that right there could leave no room for you to understand anything spiritual, because you think your day-to-day, the system has us like so washed, they're just like, okay, my day-to-day is to try to come up every single day.
Right.
Get more and more every single day. I need to have this, you know what I'm saying? Like every single day. That's the whole spirit of this world.
Yeah, man.
More and more and more.
And yo, that spirit that you're talking about right there is contagious to every individual that's walking around here, because people look at things and they have eyes and they want those things, but to try to help you curve that, if you don't wake up, and this is what I had to start doing, wake up and renew my mind in Christ to let me know who I am, whose I am, what I'm about. Because, you know, start off with prayer and stuff like that. Because if you don't, just like you set an alarm clock to go off, if you don't set your mind to something, if you walk outside without that, I've done it 2 different ways, walking out on my own and walking out praying first. Trust me, I felt much more confident hollering at my Lord first before I bail up outside. Because that give me confidence that I'm finna know that, okay, things may not be easy, it may not all go my way, but I know he with me. You know what I'm saying? And then I know how to conduct myself. If I remember those things, I went outside and didn't remember those things and acted a straight monkey. I'm keeping it 100.
And people have to really start paying attention to what's happening on the world scene, because, you know, it has something to do with all of us.
Yep.
You know, and I'm not saying to go get out there and vote and pick a side. The only side we're voting for is God, but
that's it.
But we have to pay attention to the world stage. And again, we don't have to be overly concerned about the performers and who they are. You know, we just need to pay attention, because their performance is soon coming to an end. You know what I'm saying? Very soon. And before we wrap it up, you know, I just want to say this, because I know everybody. I know that the 2024 presidential election is coming up, and, you know, the campaigns for both candidates have gotten underway. But I just want to say to everybody that's so locked in and invested in this, now is not the time to be trusting in men and their governments.
Word.
As the solution to our problems. Man thought we knew what was best for ourselves more than God did.
Can't even clean the mess off of us.
You see how that work. You see how that's working out. All since Adam and Eve, you see how it's working out. Downhill. Even when they thought, oh, we're living in great times.
Shoot.
No, atomic bomb drop on you. Doom. It always been going downhill. People just been living in their own lives, their own personal lives, and not realize. Yeah, you may have a joyful life
for a minute.
And you may be living, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may be living a wonderful life. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we be in our little shell, and You know what I'm saying? We don't realize what's going on a global scale because we like, that ain't got nothing to do with me.
And crazy.
But yes, it does. It has everything to do with you.
That's the deception too. Not even staying local, we ending, but that's the deception because when a lot of people have good life as they think it is, whether it's materials or their health or whatever it is, and they ain't got God in their life at all, and they think they still have a good life, you really don't even understand how broken your life is.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, just a couple of things we wanted to drop on y'all, you know what I'm saying, on our first show back. Because we realize what's going on out here is getting real. You know what I'm saying? I know we used a kid earlier about, the black van and they ain't cut us off yet, but
yeah,
the way things are going, our days may be limited bringing this kind of stuff to you, straight up.
And we gonna keep bringing it.
While we do, you know what I'm saying, we thank y'all for dropping in. Thank y'all for tuning in to us, man. You know what I'm saying? And always remember, the truth is always talking.
You just got to shut up and listen.
Truth talk, let the truth talk.
Truth is always talking.
You just gotta listen.